I'm going to talk about the 5 things I wish I knew before I started my first degree. I did my first degree in 2013, which is about 11 years ago now. That's when I started it. And then after I completed it, I waited for 5 years before I did my master's degree. So I'm going to share with you 5 things I wish I had known before I started my first degree that you may also want to consider if you are about to start a degree, if you just finished college or high school, or you just finished your first degree and now you want to do a master's, and maybe you know someone who wants to do their first degree. These are 5 things I would consider. There are a lot of other things I wish I had known, but these I think are the most important that I think about all the time. That if I had known this before I started my first degree, before I chose my first degree, they could have helped. So please, let's go through this, and maybe you can find one or two that are interesting to you. And if you've already completed your degree, you may also want to comment on other things you also wish you knew before you did your first degree that can help someone else. So let's get into it. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Lina Kabanya. Okay, first thing is first. Actually, let me hold your hand as I say this one because I know there are all kinds of noises that come when it comes to making this decision. So the first one is it's okay to take a gap year. I wish I had known that it was okay. There was no rush, there was no pressure. Even if everyone around me was going to university, the universities were not going to just disappear. If I had taken a gap year, it was totally okay. If I wanted to take a gap year, I could. So if you just finished college, if you just finished high school, and you feel you need a break, and honestly, in my own opinion, I feel that it's important that you take this gap year. Because remember, when you're in high school, you want to pass because this is what your parents expect you to. You want to pass because probably your friends are also passing. Okay, you don't want to be the last one in class, so you must pass your subjects. And you want to go forward, like you just want to get it done. And also, you want to go to university. But in all honesty, sometimes you don't even really know, why you're doing these subjects. Are you really interested in them? What are you going to become, with these subjects or anything like that? Those who really know, well, you're lucky. But I think most people, you don't know. So I think it's important if you have the chance, if you have the opportunity, if you ever think about it, take a gap year, rest your mind for some months, and then try to do volunteer work in different fields. If you know someone who's got a law firm, you've got connections, go and try out there a week, a month. Ask nicely if you know someone who works in accounting or something like that, in a hospital, in an old people's home, at a school even, or someone who works as a mechanic, the different things. So you just try it out. Even a sport, you can even try a sport. You can try job shadowing. This is called job shadowing. You spend a day with someone working in IT and you see how it feels like. You get to know the different interests, because sometimes we do one subject at school, but it can lead us to many other professions that we do not know about. So I say it's important that you take a gap year. If someone is pressuring you, maybe parents or friends, explain to them why you want to take this gap year and why it's important. You can even do short courses. You can do a language in your gap year. There are other important languages that you must know in life that will take you far. You can learn French if you don't speak French. You can learn Spanish. You can learn Mandarin. You can perfect your English. You can learn other languages that can increase your chances of getting a good profession later on. So I advocate for a gap year if you're thinking of taking one. Okay, let's get on to the next one. The second thing I wish I knew is I had to envision myself, in the profession that I wanted to be, just to take time to think about it. This is possible actually if you've taken a whole gap year, as the first point I mentioned. So you envision yourself, okay, do I want to be a nurse? You try to envision yourself, having night shifts. Is it something that you think you would love to do? You envision yourself if you like nature, probably, and oh, I want to be um, forestry conservation or in environment, would you then decide, oh, because I'm good in accounting, I'm going to do accounts? Would you be okay to be confined to a desk all your life? If you're an indoor person, okay, you think, oh, okay, I would love to go to the office to work indoors. If you're someone who's adventurous, who likes to explore, you may think, oh, okay, I think I would love to work in conservation with animals, or I think I would like to do mining or something like that. If you like to work with your hands, you can think, oh, I think I like to do people's hair. I like beauty. I like being a nail technician. I would like to be an electrician. It excites me. So you have to envision yourself, take time to envision yourself in that professional world to say, okay, maybe I like to be a driver. I enjoy driving. I wouldn't mind driving the whole day. Maybe I like flying. I would be a flight attendant or be a pilot. So when you really sit down and take your time and even research these careers on LinkedIn, I unfortunately opened my LinkedIn when I got to university, which I never used in the first year actually, because, well, the lecturers encouraged us, open your LinkedIn. We didn't know how to use it. What are we doing on LinkedIn? So it was only after I finished my first degree that I wanted a job that I thought, oh, I think maybe I should start connecting with people on LinkedIn, which I only connected with people that I learned with, which is quite a total waste if you're looking for opportunities, because sometimes these people do not have connections yet in the work space. So you may want to connect with people that have your career interests, that are already in the field, 10 years in the field, 20 years in the field, that can eventually mentor you through probably just their profiles, or you can reach out to them. So you already search, okay, computer science, computer engineers, you look at their profiles, what programs did they do? Nowadays, people even film their lives, a day in the life of a computer engineer, a day in the life of a data scientist, a day in the life of a nurse, a doctor, a beautician, or those things. So you can already start saying, oh, okay, this is something I would love. And they can tell you, okay, here's the shortest way to get there. Maybe you don't have to do the full degree, or maybe start by doing this course so you see if you like it and something like that. So yeah, I think this is like the second one for me, the thing that I wish I had known. I wish I had envisioned myself in a certain professional field. So let's get on to the third one. Okay, and now we are down to the third thing I wish I knew before I chose my degree, and that would be there is no shame in any profession that you are passionate about. I know society glorifies certain degrees, even our parents, but it is as far as their knowledge goes. Even the people that are surrounding you, but it's as far as their knowledge goes. They know someone who did engineering, who did mining, so it managed to take them to a certain country, and now they're doing well. And this is how we are. These are the case studies that we have. So we tend to push our kids, we tend to push the people that we know in these careers because we think, okay, in this career you surely make it. So sometimes you want to be something else that is a non-traditional profession. We know the traditional professions, the accounting, the doctor, the lawyer, and the engineer. But nowadays, especially if you look at how things have shifted because of technology, because of the different trends, people are making money out of hobbies. They are turning them into professions. Someone can be a fitness trainer. Fitness trainers make so much money. But this is a profession that if you finish high school and you say, okay, this is what I'm going to become, sometimes people may not understand depending on the people that surround you. And there are other things, you can train to become a professional chef, culinary arts, private chef, own a restaurant, own a hotel. You have to see it. You have to see the bigger picture. Before you convince anyone else around you, you have to convince yourself that this is what I want, this is the route that I want. Actually, not everyone has to end up going the degree route and then, the master route and everything. So I think when you find something that you are really good at, that you love, that you're passionate about, and you make the decision that, okay, this is how I see my life, this is how I see my career, already start researching on it and push yourself in it. It's not embarrassing. I mean, money comes from anywhere. A good life comes from anywhere. Satisfaction and peace comes from all kinds of things. So if it gives you peace, you're good at it, you've researched in it, you've put your effort, you're investing in it, nothing totally wrong with it. There's nothing embarrassing about it. Go for it. So let's get into the next thing, the fourth thing that I wish I knew before I chose my degree program. I had to drink water for this one. So the first, the fourth thing that I wish I knew before I started my degree is your favorite subject. Unfortunately, in school may not be your passion. And I don't know if I'm speaking about this because I feel like this is a mistake that I made. Maybe this can be a story for another day, a video for another day. But your favorite subject may give you guidance towards the things that you're good at, the things that you like, or probably your passion. But it's not always the case. Sometimes you're just good at the subject because you like the teacher is very good at teaching it, or you are just good with numbers, maybe that's why you're good in maths, but maybe it's not your passion, it's not something that will usher you to the career that you would love. So this one is a hard one to swallow because, well, some people think, this one, even parents, this one is good in maths, this one is a mathematician, this one is a computer scientist. But maybe you're just good in maths, but you've got people skills. You like talking to people, you like empathizing, sympathizing with people. So maybe you're a good social worker, maybe you're a good nurse, maybe you're a good lawyer. So again, just because you already know the thing that you're good in, you get A stars in English language, you get A stars in, I don't know, science, bio, you think, oh, okay, I'm going to become a doctor. But there is more to the profession, just not being good in biology. You can understand the body of a person, doesn't mean automatically you are going to become a good doctor. So this one is also important. It's the fourth thing I wish I knew before I chose my degree. I was very good in geography, so my whole career right now revolves around that environment, sustainability. It went on and on because I was good in this subject. And I feel that I was really good in this subject because the teacher was very good at teaching it. He loved the subject such that he made us also love it so much. And I gave most of my time to studying for this subject compared to the other subjects. So I feel like it also contributed to me being here where I am. Not much regrets, I would say, but I'll also make another video of the things I wish I knew before I pursued this path, this career path. So, okay, let's get on to the fifth thing that I wish I knew before I chose my degree program. Down to the fifth thing. Very, very important. If you ever get an opportunity for this one, please don't miss it. Because we do when we're in high school and we hear about career guidance. Career guidance day, we do not go. We have time for other things. If you ever get an opportunity from someone to guide you towards career, if there's ever a networking event or there's a workshop on career guidance before you choose your degree program, please, I'm begging you, please go. Because this is the fifth thing I wish I had known before I started my degree, before I chose my degree program. Career guidance is crucial, and skills are more important than degrees. And these are things that you might be taught of and guided through when you go for career guidance. So sometimes you may start your degree program, and then you're passing all the courses, you are reading, cram and go. You're reading, cramming and going, cramming and going. And before you know it, the 4 years or the 3 years to complete your degree are finished. And what did you grasp from it? What is the degree program about? What are you going to do in the professional world, in the workspace? What is it that you do? Okay, so you realize that you did not grab the skills. In every course that you do in university, there is a skill that you're supposed to master. And this is something that sometimes they don't tell you because they give you the objectives of the course outline. By the end of the course, this is something you should know. You should know the definition of this. You should understand this, how this intersects, how this interacts. But sometimes they don't highlight the skills that you're supposed to get. And if you already know about this before you start your degree program, you may already be looking out for it. I'm talking from the simple things of mastering a certain programming language, of mastering a certain program. I have to be very good in Excel if I'm going to be working in this field. So in your first year, you're already paying attention. I have to be very good in mapping if I'm going to be in environment. So you're already paying attention. I have to be a very good presenter if I'm going to be working in this field. So you're already working at your communication skills. You're paying attention to your communication and your language classes. I have to be very good in how I present my reports if I'm going to be working in this field. So you're already looking at these different applications, the Canva, that help you to produce a very good report. I have to be very good in video filming and editing if I'm going to be working in this field. So sometimes we're doing these courses and we think, oh, this has nothing to do with me. Oh, we have to write a report. Okay, I'm done. I did my report. You're not paying attention to the skills that you're supposed to be getting. Because sometimes after finishing your degree, you may not directly work in your field, but you may have skills that you have gained from your degree that you can use in another profession. So when you finish your degree and you want to craft your CV and you think, okay, what are my skills? You have to go back to each and every course and think, okay, what is it that I learned in this course? I think I got these skills from here. I got the skills from here. So it is very important to do career guidance. And these are the 5 things that I wish I knew before I chose my degree program. There are many other things, but I feel that with these 5, if you already know these 5, you can make a good decision in choosing your degree program. But remember, things can always take a different turn, and that is okay. Some people knew these things already, practiced them, but they still chose a degree program that they are now not happy about, that they now regret choosing. And if something like that happens, it's okay to pivot. This is something that I'm realizing now in my 30s, that I just look at it and think, okay, no, there's no harm in being something else, trying something else. There's no harm in pivoting. If I ever decide to pivot, I'll definitely make a video on it to document how it's going and to encourage someone out there. But until next time, please do tell me the things you wish you knew before you did your degree, or if you're about to start your first degree, just let me know what you feel or what you think about what I said, or other things you're already considering before you start your degree. Other than that, thank you for watching, and do share, subscribe, and like. In this video, I talk about the scholarship they funded me for 2 years as I studied in a country in